Hello and welcome to Faithfully Stampin' with Jennifer Helm. I am Jennifer Helm, the Faithful Stamper, and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! I have today for you a fun fold card. It's a very quick, very simple fun fold card. It is a plain back panel, and then the fun fold is a small panel on the front that opens and holds your message. So I'm going to share with you how to make this and then show you some samples. And you'll see how quick and easy it actually is. So this card features the new online exclusive Cheers and Sips stamp set. I actually ordered the DSP first and then decided I have to have the whole thing. It's not brand new, but we have lots of online exclusives and they bring out more and more every month. The June online exclusives are fantastic, and I've gotten a sneak peek of ones coming from July. Oh my goodness, they're great. So be sure to go to my website and check that out. Maybe once a month. Usually the first Tuesday of the month is when products are added to the website. New kits are added to the website, so be sure to check that out. Now, the card also features the everyday arches. It's just turned sideways. So I wanted to quickly share with you about this set as well. This was also an online exclusive probably a couple months ago. I'm thinking maybe March, but don't hold me to that. Just be sure to check it out online. And I keep my dies on a magnetic sheet inside my stamp cases when they coordinate. And so here are all the beautiful everyday arches dies, so many different sizes. So you're going to see a couple of them tonight and some different ways to use them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And to start, we are going to take a panel of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. This is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So this is about a quarter sheet of 8.5 by 11. And to this, we are going to add a panel of DSP, or Designer Series paper. We call it DSP for short in Stampin' Up! Land. This is 5 1/4 inches wide by 4 inches tall. So you do not need any special adhesive for your card here. We'll talk about one area where you might want it, but it's not an absolute necessity. So I am using Stamp and Seal tonight, trying to be very careful because my glue is famous for being difficult, and I'm trying to coax it into behaving tonight. So this panel just gets centered on the cardstock panel. Next up, you need a panel of cardstock. Again, I went with Blackberry Bliss. I pulled all the colors out of the DSP package. This is 8.5 by 3.5, and it's just scored on that long edge right down the middle at 4 1/4. And so with that score line already done, I can fold it in half, give it a nice press, check for a front and a back, just make sure it's pretty well even, and this time it is. Now, if you want a strong adhesive to make sure that the card doesn't pull off the front of the base, this is where you would use it. I really think Stamp and Seal is fine for this as well, but I spoke too soon about the glue. There we go. So I'm going to use Stamp and Seal, but since it's being a little difficult, I am going to add a little extra here just to make sure I get all my corners covered. Now, if you are a perfectionist, you might want to mark your center point with a ruler, but I'm just going to eyeball and line up the cardstock with the top and bottom and the center. Give that a nice press. Now we're going to add another piece of DSP to the front panel. This is what I call DSP front panel, 3 1/4 inches wide by 4 inches tall. And I'm going to show you a trick I noticed to line this up perfectly. Since you've already got your back panel of DSP on the card, you can simply line up the top with the top that you've already put down. So I center it side to side first, and then make sure I'm level with the top on both sides, and then I press it down. Nice and neat. This is such pretty paper, I almost hate to cover it up. Okay, so let's decorate the card. So I mentioned we have our everyday arches. I went ahead and die cut this one out of basic white. We're going to use it sideways. And I'm going to bring over my Stampin' Pierce mat. Now for my ink colors tonight, I am using Poppy Parade and Blackberry Bliss, but I'm going to add something to this card. I thought there was a lot of white space around, so I'm going to add some ice cubes in. And to do that, first of all, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So I have cheers. I'm going to put that, I'm going to angle this a little bit because that's how it's going to go on my card. Cheers. I'm going to add to you. We can mix and match some of the sentiments here from the set. Now, I just felt like this was a lot of blank space on the card. So I'm going to bring over a quick piece of scrap paper and find my Pool Party ink and my ice cube stamp. I was actually thinking, and I'm going to stamp off so it's not too dark. Stamping off is when you don't stamp directly on the paper. So it's, some people call it like second generation stamping, but it's stamping off and then on your project. I'm gonna add a couple more hanging here off the page. Kind of look like I ring around the rosy that. All right, so there we go. Just fills in a little bit of the space, gives it a nicer look, I think. Very easily done. Okay. So now I'm going to bring back that card front. I'm going to attach this to the front at an angle, not quite centered, maybe a little off to one side. So I'm going to watch where I want to put my adhesive. I'm going to hold my fingers over here and make sure my adhesive stays on the square end of this die cut shape. Go a little further over, I think. All right. I think I like that. So we are almost done this card already. So I previously cut out from our designer series paper one of the beverages. This one had ice cubes in it, so I thought it went perfectly with the set. Now, if you have a shape that hangs over the edge, just make sure you kind of eyeball, see where you want your dimensionals placed. I think I can actually, if I don't stick too close to the edge, I can actually still put some here on this side of the card with no trouble. So just keep that in mind. I hate it when I'm not paying enough attention and I accidentally glue a card shut with a dimensional. Most of the time I'm lucky and I can fix it, but once in a while, cause myself some problems. All right, so there, no problem. I'm going to add a bow just for a little accent after I throw my ribbon. So this is our white ribbon. No big fancy name for this one. It's a 1/4 inch. Has a nice texture to it. And if you like it, but you wish it came in other colors, never fear. You just need to pull out your Stampin' Blends and add a little color to it. You can take the brush end and just kind of almost paint the ribbon, so to speak. So I'm gonna trim the edges of my bow here. There we go. This is gonna get put right on a glue dot and attached to the card. If you don't have ribbon or you don't want a bow, don't worry. Decorate your card as you like. I just thought this was a nice little accent. And I'm going to show you the original design that inspired this card in just a minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the inside and then we'll add the bling. So we're just going to finish up the inside and the envelope. Now, let's see. I have a cute little floral stamp that I'm going to use for my envelope. And then the basic white on the inside is the same dimensions as the panel on the front, 4 by 3 1/4. So I'm going to echo that same design on the white panel inside. And then I want to put my words on the inside as well. So I have, "It's your day and let's celebrate." And I decided to put these together, and rather than stack them and try to stamp them straight, because I'm not the best at that, I kind of put them a little cockeyed like that, and I just thought that was cute and fun. Still plenty of space to write on my message. So last, not quite last, almost last, but not least, this panel gets put inside the card. Again, you can use that same lineup trick on the top to make sure it is level. And then let's add a little bling. These are our Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. You can get some clear ones too, and there's little gold flecks in them. So I'm gonna use the Pretty in Pink ones. They're the lighter ones in the middle. And let's see, I'm gonna just fill in a couple of spots where I think it needs a little bling. Let's see, we'll do that. And I just feel like that's such a nice look, but not too much white space. So there's our quick and easy fun fold card for the day. Just a little something different. So I like this stamp set and the DSP so much. I told you before I ordered the paper first. I made 2 cards using different paper. So here's the second card. Similar as you can see, but totally different looks. The card that inspired this idea, I made it a fundraising event. And so this was it, a nice bright happy birthday card. You can see the similarities here and what gave me the idea. This can be great for any occasion. I needed a card for a birthday. So I used our new Party Piggy online exclusive, What's Shakin' Bacon? Isn't this a great card? Make somebody smile. I would definitely grin if I got this in the mail. I added some accents to the cardstock that I used for the different pieces of the pig. The pig is bigger than I thought it would be, but I wanted to show you, you can mix and match your die cuts. I still use that arch, but I added the pig as well. And the DSP in this card is actually from the Turtle Suite that is in our new annual catalog. If you do not have a demonstrator you're already working with and you would like a copy of our catalog, please feel free to reach out and I would be happy to get you one. Just a couple more samples here to show you. This one features one of our new in colors, actually 2 of our new in colors, but primarily Darling Duckling. Very pretty yellow. Here I layered some of the arches together, added some die cut flowers, and our second in color is Secret Sea for the accents and the ink. A little piece of Designer Series paper inside as well. And on the envelope, nicely coordinated. Wouldn't you love to get that in the mail? And then last but not least, this is great for masculine cards as well. Father's Day is coming. So here, instead of paper, I actually embossed cardstock for my panel on the back, that 5 1/4 by 4 piece, because I didn't want to cut any more of my pretty paper. Does anybody else have that problem? And then a simple arch for the dad sentiment. And there we go. So very easy to do and very effective for lots of different occasions. So if you haven't already subscribed to the page, I'd love for you to do so. You can click the notification bell and get a little ding each time a video is posted here on the page, which is typically once a week. You can find me over on Facebook as The Faithful Stamper. I share lots of product information there. I do challenges from time to time where you can win cards or other prizes from my stash. And there's just lots of information there as well. So if you are a fan of Facebook, I'd love for you to visit me there on the Faithful Stamper page and become part of that community. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and happy crafting.